All right, what's going on, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You can see the title and the picture. Uh, BLM, Black Lives Matter, wants to push for reparations with the Biden administration. And shout out to Dr. Tierson Johnson, because I saw this on social media, and he posted it. And I read the article, and we're going to have a serious conversation. This is what guys were warning, the men were warning Black America about. Because you got to get these people on a record prior to the election, thinking that, we're going to see how it plays out, but thinking, okay, I voted you in here, and you should do something for me. They're going to always say it wasn't really you that got him in office. And with Kamala Harris being vice president, and she was already on the record, what was that, on the Breakfast Club, talking about she wasn't going to do anything for Black people. She wouldn't do anything for Black people. Same kind of Barack Obama thing. I do something for Americans, as if we're not Americans. And what I saw as I read this article was this is why the guys say what they say. When women thinking it's about the patriarchy and misogyny, no, what it is, it's about a group of people trying to do something for themselves individually. So this is how intersectionality goes awry. So, okay, reparations is the last thing that was talked about in this article, by the way. So they wanted, housing, healthcare, education, and police reform, right? Or to defund the police and police reform. And these are the ladies of Black Lives Matter. And then it morphed into more rights for the LGBTQ community. And then it morphed into we want reparations for Black people here and abroad. Now, mind you, people, all the men that were involved in Black Lives Matters when it was grassroots and not an organization like that, I'm not going to say all, a lot of those guys are dead. They got killed mysteriously. So these ladies are coming up with, okay, we need to do this, to do things that are predominantly, how can I say this, affect somebody outside of the Black community and not necessarily the Black community. If you fix education, that's still that's the thing. Well, the government can say, okay, because it looks like, Black women in this organization are really out for self. Black women already got education, right? You're the most educated group, right? You're a double minority, right? So what is that going to do? We need more double minorityism, in education. Thus, and I know part of it is to fix the student loan situation and student loan debt. But the problem with that is then you go to housing. It's going to be looked at like this, okay, you ladies can get housing, by using your occupation, your career, whatever your education provided you, whatever field your education put you in, the income from that. But also if things go wrong, the government can back women up from, governmental housing if they have children. Or you have housing for if you're a battered woman, right? So they're gonna look at Black women individually as, individually to put them in the group to say that you always try to make Black women the welfare queen, the face of welfare by being the welfare queen. So not taking it into consideration, but They were like, oh, you got all the housing you needed. Police reform. Even now, I think black women are increasingly getting, they're, they're, they're getting arrested far more and getting locked up far more than they were in the past. But police reform really affects the men. You know, maybe their teenage sons, you know, to adults, right? To young black men. Now, the reason why I say this is an issue is because they just didn't address economics. They didn't address capital because what they want, you know, can be under the social justice warrior umbrella, which in some ways could be looked at as socialism. Nothing that's really capitalistic, you know, in a capitalist society. So we're not talking about business reform, banking reform, loan reform, the ability to get an equitable amount of property, or even businesses to have equitable amount of government contracts. You know what I'm saying? We 13% of the population, we should have 13%. We should be at least 13% into all the facets of this country. You know, that type of thing. They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, you know, housing, education, LGBTQ, but the reparations part. Why would you say you want reparations for people, for black people who are from here, ADOS, and black people who are not from here, not ADOS? Why would you say that? Because those people, you know, are not gonna turn around and say, you know what? Say the Caribbean. England owes the Caribbean. You know what? You also owe them blacks in America too. That's not gonna happen. You know. Same thing with you know, Central and South America. You know, the Portuguese and all that. You owe them black folks in America too. Not gonna happen. Same thing with the LGBTQ thing. What do they say about, you know, what do they do about us individually as a group? You know, I know we want more and more rights, but you need to do, but you got to do stuff for black folks. They don't. So this is why guys say, you know, you ladies on this intersectionality and down with the patriarchy thing, y'all don't think. Y'all don't think ahead. You know, but we'll see how this plays out. But, you know, it's looking like I told you so already. You know what I'm saying? And on the heels of people was tripping about Ice Cube trying to talk to both the Trump administration and the Biden administration to get both of them on record, because this plays right into that. It's like, oh, we'll talk to you after the election. If they don't talk to Cube after the election, I don't know why you think they'll talk to you after the election, but that remains to be seen, right? So I'm done with this one. You can find the article, read it yourself. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.